Well, we are. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. They'll look to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
That is caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now the first carry here for the running back. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line. Give them 18 on the play. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And his kick is absolutely perfect, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
You talk about this Seahawk defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's been a workhorse in the backfield to start the season. He finds himself in the top 5 in rushing at this point of the year. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. He'll look to throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They go play action here on first down.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. One heck of a third down conversion. 33 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw here. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. The sack will push him back only a couple yards, but certainly not what they were hoping for on 1st and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. So out now is the Seattle field goal team from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2nd and 9 now. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jets have regained the lead.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
New York's offense back out there and set to go.
And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. He'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Well, the Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Buying time to his left, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken at about the 14. A punt of 46, a return of 5.
And the Jets will take over. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, The coverage downfield, equally good.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And that last penalty makes this third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the Bucs who were able to get the victory at home. The Buccaneers off to a strong start as they run their mark to 4-2 with the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Breaks through the contact.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the 3rd quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He's got his man. He finds Worthy.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 31. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
From the 20, here's 2nd and a yard.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now.
54 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And this one is right through. And that gets them back within a single point. It's now 10-9.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. In motion, the tight end Reed. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw again.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a fourth down. Got stopped, would have liked the touchdown, but hey, field goal gives you the lead, and let your defense do the work.
The one thing to keep in mind, though, the field goal is not automatic. You've got to make sure you protect your kicker here so you don't have a block, which turns into a big play. But you're exactly right. Kick it, rely on your defense. This is the proper play here in this situation.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And New York set to take the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Jets on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll look to throw here. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
They'll get this complete to Worthy.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Boy, CD, what a way to score. You want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. They've got the big play, then they cough it up. It seems to be disastrous, but his teammate is there to scoop it and score it.
Not much else I can add to that, partner. I'll just say one thing. We just saw momentum swing several times on one play.
Now an important extra point here to maybe salt this one away. And it is good, and the lead will swell to 9. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And the Jets set to take the field.
Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw here.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he returns this to the 22.
And New York set to take the field.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll look to throw again.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The Seahawks offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Seahawks, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.